It's something like the Cass works well into the Yanara and into the Wukong.
I mean, Casio is very good into Ahri. She really struggles to trade in lane, and like, if you ever use Q on the wave, holding his team to a very high standard, and they're going to need to deliver to bring about a reverse sweep. So we did talk about this Aurora versus K'Sante matchup. Early on, it is horrible for the K'Sante. Aurora is such a good lane bully. I do often prefer seeing her in top lane.
What? Oh my god!
Oh, flash into E. Yeah. Beautifully done.
Oh, but great from Jojo with revenge!
I mean, this mid lane
winning top, and of course, Jojo dying 1v1, not ideal, but he rectified the situation by getting a 1v1 back.
Polymorph going to get forced to flash away. Accelerated shot blast is going to land though, and now Super has a flank position. Heal coming out to try and get the extra movement speed. Valkyrie, LeBron flashes away from the grand entrance and shields himself with a health picks to get himself out alive. G2 escaped the clutches, but with a phosphorus bomb! Super.
Opened up a window for G2 to try and find a play. Caps, his hit rate on the charms hasn't been the highest this game, but it looks like G2's looking for more.
Skirmish going in with a Cyclone onto Elioya. Second Cyclone with the decoy takes the kill. And Skirmish says it can be about mid lane if you want it to be, but I've been running the rip in the first 2 games. I'll take out Elioya.
I mean, Skirmish, he knew Elioya didn't have the flash, and he jumps on the opportunity. He gets him with the Cyclone. As more trades happening around mid, I mean, this game, there is no relaxation here. It just keeps going.
In towards the bottom side onto Hansama. Super doesn't have the flash, nor does Alvaro. Health picks, shield barrier out from Hansama as well. Super and Alvaro forced back to their tower. Caps low. Jojo has enough, but not just blast on the twin fangs. Skewmon's coming in from the side. This charm connects. Skewmon dashes in with a Nimbus strike. Accelerated shot blast. Flash forward. Knock back. Elioya here in time to save his Canadian mid.
Not respecting enemy jungle, but he had full faith that his jungler would come at just the right time. The hammer knockback, because Skewmon, he tried to read the play. He was like, okay, Jojo might be able to get away from me. If I flash in front of him, I can
the draft point.
Do you want me to bring the Skewmon down? Terrifying gaze coming out. Miasma down. Spirit Rush from Caps is available, but he dashes away from the grand entrance, and now Skewmon's here in time to make the play. A polymorph to dash back in. Jojo gets the kill. Skewmon gets one in response. Supports and junglers facing off in the mid lane now, as both the mid laners have been sent to an early grave. Good acceleration, but the chase can continue from Alvaro. Headfine gaze there from Jojo. Hansama underneath the tower, surviving for now, but now with a wave coming in, not really too much he can do in this situation. Trading blows with Elioya will get his third.
Insane reaction times from Caps. It felt like that he
Jojo dodges the charm, the flash polymorph, and 3-man petrifying gaze! And the Brav will feel the sting of the twin bangs from Jojo. Skewmon goes back in with the Cyclone, looking for the damage on Jojo, and they just about have it. A 1-for-1 in the exchange. Caps has to flash the
battling blow for blow, but it is Koi that is consistently coming out ahead. The Dragon being started off. Here comes Caps from mid.
He's got to be aware that this could be happening as the Bob's almost caught out. The Cyclone going in. Jojo gets the petrifying gaze onto Caps, but he's going to fall before they can do too much more. A quickness out of Alvaro, just used in retreat rather than attack, and Caps getting the resets on the Spirit Rush. Almost catches Elioya with the charm. Hansama steps forward now. His turn to do the damage onto MKOI. They don't want to let Elioya and Super escape. Super trying to get out the phosphorus bomb down, but Skewmon should be able to chase him out even with the barrier. Meanwhile, underneath the tower, a polymorph enough to make it 4 for G2.
Just like that, 8-8 in kills.
Disallow Skewmon from really getting any sort of engage, because if G2 can just have a normal team fight where Caps lands a charm, Skewmon gets the Cyclone, it's easy pickings for G2.
And we're seeing another situation where this is pretty consistent for Hansama. He'll stay.
Jojo's been put in a side lane to try and deal with BrokenBlade, but BrokenBlade with the Kainic Rooken and extra magic resist on top of it is able to survive. Caps just gets out, and now Skewmon's going to jump onto Mirwin. No between worlds, no flash on the Aurora.
Caps don't do it.
Can try and go across the veil, but unable to escape the clutches.
Caps level 12 there, nearly solo killed them. Still, it's Skewmon that's there first, so Mirwin ends up falling now and losing a little bit of that lead that he had on BrokenBlade.
Around to these side lanes, she becomes a lot more confident mid lane.
Along.
Gorgeous Valkyrie away. G2 eyes set on the tower. Still have the Rift held in pocket as well for Skewmon.
3 towers to 0 right now for G2. Koi, how do they find ways back into this game? Well, this will be a nice advantage picked up for Mirwin. He'll secure that top tower. The Grubs will finish that one off. against Caps in the side lane. He still has a 2-level lead.
No real threat, can just accept, you know, yeah, LeBron got a little poked out, that's okay.
Yeah, as you say, Mehdi, it's not the end of the world for G2, but we can kind of see how MKOI wants to play. Mirwin, Elyoya, Supa, any of these champions, they're capable of doing a lot of bursts.
Oh, Mirwin can look on some here. The quickness used onto Mirwin. There's 2 atomized. Immediately deleted, and now Skewmon and Caps are being collapsed on.
A beautiful pick from Koi. A small positioning error from G2 quickly converts into 2 kills. Alvaro in a position to try and shepherd G2 into maybe another pick, because Baron could be a possibility.
Yeah, MKOI, they want more. They want to play for this Nash here. Alvaro putting vision, trying to spot Skewmon. They're going to start up the Nash. Skewmon does have the flash, he does have the smite, but he has no vision. Caps is TPing in.
Caps is going to walk forward. BrokenBlade there as well with the teleport.
Oh,
a 3v5. Mirwin trying to get in with the weirding. Elyoya down to half HP. Super tanking the Baron for now. It's 6,000. The Cyclone going in. The Petrifying Gaze is going to buy one, but with the all-out, they manage to kill off Elyoya. Caps dashing around with the Spear Rush. It's 2 for naught for the 3v5. BrokenBlade dashing away, shielding Skewmon, flashes the wall. Caps looking for Super, flashes in himself and still has the stopwatch. 3 for Nail and a 3v5. Make it 4. Jojo able to survive, but LeBron is here. Jojo can chase out Jojo, the polymorph. Hunt Summer here in time. The Baron does the dirty work for G2 as they clean up the fight.
This was a 3
there for the movement speed. G2 begins to collapse on the cast. TP out early doors. The Cyclone there in time. Extra movement speed from it. Force Skewmon gets him in range. Jojo will fall.
Now it's MKOI that need to try to contest this Nash 4v5 potentially. But BB did get really chunked on mid here. Maybe that dissuades G2 from trying to start the Nash.
It's a scary Nash to do against this much poke and this much damage. Skewmon already brought down to about 60% HP.
Control wall will have been spotted there by Alvaro. They know that Caps is waiting. Spirit Rush. Alvaro dancing to his teammates. Dodges away from the charm.
I think with that, there's not going to be any Nash on the cards. And both teams.
Mirwin, the charm. He went between the veil.
Better retake.
Super thinking if he can step up. The answer's no. To look for the Valkyrie out, but still can't escape. Caps gets the kill. Now 7-2 and 5 on this RE. A 3k gold lead for him as he looks to chase down Alvaro.
Caps, does he land the charm? He gets it onto Alvaro, but he's still quite tanky. He's going to be forced to burn the ulti, but that's going to be a Nash start from G2. It's a 4 versus 5. MKOI need to try to find the same miracle energy
Eyes
that
on
G2
Jojo.
Jojo putting the fangs into BrokenBlade. Hunt Summer down to half HP. Alvaro forced towards the top of the fight. Caps are looking to be that bouncer. Mirwin jumps in. Caps chasing Alvaro out. Mirwin flashes the wall. The charm does not connect. Caps goes golden. Elyoya misses the shot blast. The Baron secured for G2 as they keep MKOI at bay. The flash forward from Caps. Going in with the Foxfire onto Alvaro there. But
the Petrifying Gaze, it's so difficult. That was their one piece of CC. They really needed to try to dissuade this Nasher siege. G2, they won't just be looking for tier 2s, they're going to be looking for inhibitors. They're going to be looking to seal the deal on this game 3.
Still 4 waves left on this Baron buff. A little bit more than that, in fact, but Caps continues to use the minions to his advantage to chip away at that inhibitor tower. Skewmon stepping forward. Hun Summer there. Flash Petrifying Gaze into the quickness. Does manage to get the double charm and the double knockup, but Skewmon goes onto the backline immediately. And with the Cyclone and the decoy, he manages to get himself to safety. MKOI looked for the engage. They pulled the trigger, but they couldn't find the kill.
Both sides walk away battered and bruised, but that was a 4v5. Caps in the mid lane secures a tower.
All out onto Mirwin. BrokenBlade looking for the 1v1. Basically a solo bolo as he pulls Mirwin away from his team, gets the kill. And because of that, G2 can step up on the bot side.
And Hansama has the healing with the Vamp Scepter. G2, they want to keep it going. Caps might look to TP back. Maybe they even want to try to end the game here.
Mirwin up in 40. No Petrifying Gaze, no quickness. Still flashes available for Super, Elyoya and Alvaro, but MKOI definitely on the ropes. Reeling from the G2 onslaught. Miasma down to stop Caps going for an advance. Does have that Spirit Rush. G2 for the moment seems settled on double in him if they can. 20 seconds on Mirwin.
Caps will look for one more play maybe. Unless they want to take the safer route. They don't want to risk it. Fine here.
You can just run away from this. Or he can run back in.
Goes back in, uses the Cyclone. Caps is on his way with a Spirit Rush 2, takes the Scuttlecraft for Elioya at least, but the GA popped. Flash charm immediately with the Zeeks, the weirding not enough to kill off Caps. It was Spirit Rush out between worlds, doesn't quite clip Scumon's heels. So Mirwin unable to find the damage in the end.
The top tier 2 tower.
They know Jojo's in the bot lane. He was holding off on pushing out that wave, but needs the gold. Still only to get 2.5 items as Skumon looks for the Cyclone, gets the double knock-up. Charm coming out as well as Alvo dives back in. Skumon will fall for this. Super caught out there with the all-out, and he'll go down as well. A 2-for-1 so far in the exchange. Jojo coming back to base rapidly, but is it going to be quick enough to save this inhibitor tower? G2 with 4, MKOI only with 3. They back away. The inhib tower chipped away. Has 2 plates left on it. Hans Summer still relatively untouched as he steps in on this Yunara.
The super minions are a little bit broken up. You can see after pushing out that bot wave, very far away from actually creating any pressure. Mid wave has been caught by the Aurora. 4 members now once again from G2 in top lane.
G2 need to be careful. Alvaro's up in 5 seconds. If they overstay here, MKOI could try to
end before we get to that point, unless KOI can steal away this Baron. Now back out onto the map. Vision will be denied.
BrokenBlade, but Caps off on the side.
3 fast sight alterations available for MKOI. They can spot out the pit, but they don't really think that this is happening yet. Or if they do, they've already given up the ghost on it. G2 will be able to take the Baron. Double supers on the bot side. MKOI needs to clear out that wave pretty soon. The rest of them are not in the best spots for G2 to actually advance.
MKOI now, they need to try to find an engage immediately, because otherwise G2, they will just be running down your base with the super minions. With that Nash, those minions will do so much.
Importantly, mid lane inhibitor about to respawn. Bot lane as well, 30 seconds away. G2 aggregating around this mid lane inhib after just taking the top. GA still not back to Skumon. A few seconds at least left on that. MKOI now look to defend their bot lane inhib if they can. There is a super minion on its way through this bot lane. Good damage onto LeBron. That's half his health gone.
Jojo is who they're most afraid of. His ability to turn an entire fight with a good ulti is the thing that G2 has to respect. The poke is going to continue to come down. The charm connects.
Onto super, no flash on him, has to get away. Uses the barrier. Jojo looks for the damage on the BrokenBlade, but just doesn't have the itemization to get through that Cassante. Super will heal back up on the fountain. The first Nexus tower down to half HP. Knocked back with the Q3. BrokenBlade did catch out Elioya, but won't go for any more. Now the double supers here to help G2's advance. Mirwin going in, the quickness for the Great Wild Growth will knock up Alvaro as Skumon dives onto the backline with his Guardian Angel back up. Mirwin tried to go in, but he gets fell first. Jojo flashing away from BrokenBlade, but low mana, and not really much you can do to save his base as G2 advance. Hans Summer taken out by Elioya. The last man standing over here, Jojo unable to get back, and Elioya can't find a way in. G2, for the 10th time in a row, will be going to finals as they 3-0 MKOI.